Hello, this is Stacy Gubar from the Office of Operational Strategic Initiatives, and I'm happy to welcome you back to another episode of Everyday IAI. Today, we'll be exploring the capabilities of the UC San Diego Assistant in Triton GPT, specifically related to locating information regarding campus branding and communication standards. Before we begin, I want to make sure that I'm using the right assistant. I can verify this by looking at the top of the screen to see which assistant I'm using. I'm in the UC San Diego assistant, but if I needed to change this, I can simply click the arrow key right here, and then I have access to all the other available assistants. Now that I am in the correct assistant, we can begin with a prompt. I'll begin with a hypothetical scenario. For example, my department needs to inform the student body about an upcoming event on campus. I need to share this information with them via email and through banners or posters in public spaces on campus. Provide a detailed guide to help me do this, taking note of university branding and communication standards. Before I engage with the answer that the UC San Diego assistant provided me, I want to point out some details about the prompt that I input. It is very conversational, but I left out certain pleasantries like the words please or thank you. This is not necessary when you're using an AI tool, and it can actually confuse the tool if there is a lot of unnecessary information. So you want to provide as much context as possible, but also really get to the point and make sure that the task you're asking the tool to complete is very clear in your prompt. All right, now that I've gone over that, I want to assess what TritonGPT provided me as an answer. Looking over this, TritonGPT provides a pretty detailed response, even providing some additional tips. But something that I want to note is that if you're looking for a little bit more detail, there is a lot of links available that accompany the information TritonGPT provides. And it's a really good idea to click on these, and then you'll be taken directly to the pages that are relevant to the questions you're asking. For example, maybe I want to know even more about creating banners and posters. I can click right on this link here and then be taken to a web page that talks about using the brand. This way I can learn a little bit more information and then dig around the web page, maybe even looking at design examples for what I need to do. Another way to make the response you receive from TritonGPT more useful and more detailed is to include some follow-up questions. In fact, the assistant even suggests some related questions, but you don't have to use the questions that the tool suggests. For example, I'm going to choose to ask more about the university's logo, specifically the colors and the typography that is used. In particular, I'm going to ask TritonGPT to describe the university's logos, colors, and typography that would be appropriate for my needs. The great thing about asking a follow-up question like this is that you don't have to specify the whole context again. I just denoted for my needs, and the tool will know that I am connecting this to the previous question that I asked. All right, so this response has a lot more detail, even going so far as to talk about the specific color codes I should use and the specific logo types. So hopefully this has been a good example of showing you how you can use TritonGPT to do your best work and get really detailed responses to some of the questions you might have. Hopefully this helps. Great luck prompting.